Tom's Tinkering and Adventures. Recently, my lovely trophy wife and I have been doing a little bit of rearranging in the home, doing some decluttering. I'm sure some of you may have started watching some of these decluttering shows on TV. I don't know the one, I haven't watched it, but I'm familiar with it. It has an Asian lady on it, and anyway, my lovely lady started watching that. It's getting rid of things that no longer bring her joy, and fortunately I'm still here, so we'll see how long that lasts. But we went through our pantry here. Let me show you the pantry in the house. We're blessed to have a really nice large pantry. So she went through and we painted and put up some new, what do you call this stuff? Shelf paper. And rearranged it all, bought some nice little organizational stuff. But once you get started on one thing, it leads to another. So we were going through the kitchen, and she did a pretty nice job getting rid of some stuff, moving some things around in here. But now she wants to redo the backsplash, which we don't really have a backsplash so much as it's just wallpaper. And you can see it's kind of coming apart here. And we redid this kitchen when we moved into this house. Well, after we moved in, obviously. Redid this, so this has all been redone at one point or another. But when we did that backsplash, the wallpaper wasn't an ideal choice, but she just wanted to get it done. So, and it's been up there for a while. So what she did is in one of her usual Amazon crazy ordering sprees, I'll show you the, there you go, see that? That's like a 2 or 3 day crazy Amazon ordering spree. You get those boxes, they keep coming every day. She found these tiles that she wants me to try to put up here. Now, I wanted to put just regular tiles up, but I know it would have taken longer, would have been more work. So I guess that maybe I do still bring her joy, and she's trying to make life easier on me. So let me show you the tiles that she purchased here. These are just some self-adhesive. They're basically like stickers that look like tiles. And I guess you just peel them off and stick them on. And they should overlap like that. And I think they're gonna look okay. But I'll show you how to put these up here. I don't know how to put them up. I've never done it. Looks like we're gonna have to cut some to fill this last little bit. And the other thing I don't like is where I'm gonna have to start them. I'll probably start them over here once I move this mailbox out of the way. And it's just gonna be, just kind of gonna start there. So I'm not gonna be overly happy with that, but we'll see how it works. So let me get started here. I'll show you how these go up, and then I guess we'll learn together. I'm fortunate in the fact that my wife likes to do some crafting. So this is from a sticker machine, I think it is. It's Cricut. It makes stickers and decals and all kinds of stuff. And this is for cutting them. So it worked pretty good. I've already cut this. Let me show you here. I've already cut this one for the very first row, so that'll have a nice square edge. I'll show you how this works. There's just a business card, and you just put it where you want to cut it, and cuts it nicely. So that's what I'm using to cut these. Hopefully that'll work well to cut that top row. That's going to have to be like a half of a tile. All right, and so I have the first one cut for this edge over here. So let me move the stuff out of the way, and we'll show them going up. At the seams of the wallpaper, I've just kind of trimmed it off a little bit with the razor scraper. And I guess we'll see how this goes on here. I have no idea. Looks like it's all one sheet. Just peel this plastic off the back of it, and I hope it doesn't stick I hope I get it right where it needs to go, because otherwise it's going to be a real hassle. You see this being frustrating to me. Oh yeah, it's already frustrating me with the bottom of it here. There's a plastic sheet on the outside of it as well. I guess just to protect them between each other. Take that off. And I'm going to try my best to line it up on the bottom first. All right, there's one. And I only have to do all of that. So the next step I'm going to do here is take that outlet cover off. I'm going to have to measure around that, cut that out, so I get a utility knife. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go across until I get to above the sink here, and then we'll figure out from there. Okay, this is what one package of these things looks like so far. Got to right there. So we have four packages of them. There's 10 sheets in each one. And I've done probably, well, I'd say well over half of the length, because there's just a very short section over here, and then this section over here, and then getting up under that light. So I'm trying to decide if I should just go all the way around first, which is probably what I should do. Go all the way around it first, and then come back in and catch these last half, or whatever they're gonna be, 2/3 pieces. That's gonna be fun, I believe. And then getting up to this edge nicely is going to also be another fun treat involved in this. What I've noticed so far is they're not too difficult to put up. If you have any imperfections in your wall, like here's a screw that was probably put in the drywall underneath and didn't get sunk enough. I'm thinking that's what that is. So that shows through. There's a couple other little things here that show through. You can see them right there. Another one right there. So if you have imperfections, they'll show through this, but it actually, you just back up a little bit and it doesn't look too awful at all. It looks pretty good. Sometimes where they meet, you kind of have to just press it a little bit extra. But it looks pretty good. Hopefully they weren't too expensive. I don't know. Like I said, my wife goes on these Amazon shopping sprees, and I'm on a first name basis with the Amazon guy, so you know, that's how that goes. All right, I'm gonna continue on and show you how she looks in a little bit. All right, so we got this little corner over here, all the way around. I completed all around the mirror there. So now all we have to do is this last little chunk. And I realized one mistake that I made. I'm sure I made a lot of mistakes, but one mistake that I made was when I put on this top one here, I should have cut this, instead of cutting this straight right there, I should have cut it to fit underneath there. Because now there'll be a odd looking seam here. So what I might try to do is cut this block out, and then when I make this piece underneath here, I'll try to include an L shape there. It's gonna be a pain. And I got it on both sides, of course. So I will probably just start on that side right there and work my way over. And that's where using this cutter is gonna work nicely. So I can put these in here, measure them, and then cut them. And I'm gonna have to cut off and then cut to the next one. So it's gonna go through a lot of cuts. It's gonna be a pain, but we'll figure it out. We'll make it work. But it's a little bit different look, and hopefully the lovely lady is happy with it. This little cutter thing works pretty good. It's not perfect though. It doesn't cut all the way through this. I have to score it a couple times and take it out and then finish cutting it with a scissors, but it's cut about 2/3 of the way through at that point. And then I already know my measurement of what size I need for up here, so I just line it up. There's a ruler right on here. So it works pretty good. Let's see here, where are we at? 1 1/4. Yep. That's the only problem, is it doesn't stick out of here enough for me to really get a good grab on it, but you know, we make it work. 1 1/4. And you can hold it down. Score it a few times. Finish cut it. Now I'll tell you one thing, gentlemen or ladies, if you have a gentleman who's into sewing, I know how to sew, never ever touch the fancy scissors that come out of the sewing room. Oh man, you're gonna be in big trouble. There you go, and we'll go put it on here and I'll show you what they look like. Already got a few on there, see? This will probably be the last one here before I get to decision time. There we go. And yeah, looks like we got one and then just a little chunk of that one. So I might just try to cut one and butt it up there and see how it looks, but I'm afraid it's not gonna look good. So we'll see how that turns out. Okay, here's the finished product. Take you over to this seam here, show you this one right there. It's not too noticeable, but I know it's there. This one I didn't do quite as good of a job on. It's off a little bit there, see, that's where the problem lies. But we got it, and it definitely gets a different look in here. The next thing that I'm going to do for an improvement project in the kitchen is I'm going to put some under cabinet lighting. So we'll see how that turns out. It's going to be LED. So once that comes in, I'll probably do a video on that as well. But let me show you this stuff here so you know what it is if anyone's interested in it. Room decor, Long King wall tiles. And it definitely has some English on the back here. It's not the best directions, but it's not that hard to put on either. And I have no idea what the lovely lady paid for this. She ordered 4 boxes. I used 2.5 boxes. This one is full. There's 10 tiles in each. That one has 5. And then here's about 3/4 of a sheet remaining. So depending on the size of your kitchen, that'll determine how many you need. So hopefully it wasn't too much money. It took me about 2 hours, maybe 3 hours total to do this, including video so that wasn't too bad. So as long as it looks good for a while, for a couple hours, it's a nice little upgrade. All right, if you're liking what I'm putting out here on my videos, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I'd appreciate it very much. And you never know what you're gonna see next on my channel, because I am a man of many interests. So, thank you very much for watching. Get out there and find your adventure. Adios.